Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a sequence for sciatic pain relief, and the one thing that I would encourage you to grab is just a blanket or a towel, something that you can sit on for a little more comfort. Go ahead and grab what you need and let's get started. If you don't have time to watch this video right now, go ahead and save for later and just do it whenever you get a chance. I did forget to mention that I am pregnant. All of these poses that we're going to be doing today are pregnancy safe no matter what trimester you're in. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the goal here in these next 10 minutes is to create more space around that sciatic nerve. So we're going to start with butterfly, and let's actually just ground into our practice for a moment. So an easy pose with legs crossed. Go ahead and just close your eyes and root down through your sit bones and just feel that spine lengthen, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the head in line with the spine. And just start to notice your breath, allowing your inhales to deepen and just starting to feel more grounded. And just know for the next 10 minutes, you get to focus on yourself. And take about 3 breaths at your own pace, just letting your face soften, letting your jaw soften. And go ahead and open your eyes. And let's go ahead and come into butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together. And you can grab hold of your ankles or your shins. Go ahead and just lengthen through the spine. I really like doing this seated on something. I just feel like I get more opening. And feeling that length in the spine before we hinge at the hips, just moving deeply into those groins and outer hips. And just start to breathe into your hips and just kind of scan from right to left to see if there's any imbalance that you feel. Go ahead and draw the chin in towards the chest, keeping the spine long all the way through the neck. Holding this for a good 30 seconds, and just with every breath, moving a little bit deeper, staying rooted through the sit bones. If you feel yourself sliding, if your tailbone's popping up off of your support or the floor, kind of reconnect. About 10 more seconds here, just staying grounded through our breath. Deep inhales and exhales. And release nice and slow. And go ahead and extend those legs out, coming into half pigeon. This is probably my number one pose for sciatic pain. So bringing the right ankle under the left knee, and go ahead and stack the left ankle over the right. If your knee is high, you might need a little bit more height. Just find a place that you're comfortable and really allow that opening to happen from the hip, not forcing the knee down. And just lengthen through the spine. And you're going to start to feel a deep stretch in your glute. Your glute maximus, your piriformis is where you really want it. And just hinging at the hips, really allowing nice deep stretch in those glute muscles. And sometimes when that piriformis gets really tight, it can put a lot of pressure on the sciatic nerve, and this is a great way to just stretch everything out. You can bring your palms on the floor, just not collapsing too much through the shoulders. And about 3 to 5 breaths here at your own pace. Notice if you're holding in your hips and just soften, really allowing for a nice deep stretch here. One more good breath. And release, and always moving in and out nice and slow. Go ahead and bring the opposite ankle underneath and stacking the right ankle on top of the left. And just kind of Notice if one knee is a little bit higher than the other. I don't know why, but my right hip is always tighter. And rooting down through the sit bones, hinging at the hips to move deep into those glute muscles. Go ahead and draw the chin in, keeping the spine long, and holding this for a good 30 seconds. And you just want to feel nice and stable, that tailbone's connected to whatever you're sitting on. And just breathe into that right hip, that glute, that piriformis, what we're after. And honestly, the more that you lengthen your spine and hinge at the hips, the more you're going to target that little muscle, smaller glute muscle, instead of just collapsing through the shoulders. And 2 more good breaths here. And if you're in a lot of pain, go ahead and release. If you're in a lot of pain, I would say that one pose is probably the best thing that you can do if you only have a minute or 2. So let's go ahead and move on. And so setting ourselves up for pigeon, go ahead and just make sure that your support is by your side so you can grab it if you need it. And nice wide position with the hands and the feet, wider than shoulder and hip distance. And pressing right into dog. So go ahead and just press those thighs back, letting the heels fall towards the floor. And just enjoying this stretch for the legs. You might be feeling that sciatic pain all the way through the back of your legs. This is a great moderate stretch for the legs if you're in a lot of pain. Letting those heels sink down. Go ahead and just let that right heel sink down, and I'd like you to open up the hips towards the left, bending that left knee and coming right into pigeon. Go ahead and bring that left knee towards the hands. Straight back leg, and if there's any distance between your hip and the floor, go ahead and grab that support. And you can just bring it right here. Going to be able to relax a lot more into this stretch with that connection. And you can come onto your forearms if you want. You can bring your head onto the floor and holding for a good 20 seconds here. Go ahead and draw that chin in towards the chest and holding this pose for about 20 seconds. Breathing in to that left glute, piriformis. If you want a deeper stretch, you can explore walking that left shin forward a little bit. You can isolate the stretch more into your piriformis. Just listen to your own body. 2 more breaths here. Nice and slow, let's go ahead and walk ourselves out. You can put that prop to your side and dog one more time. Nice wide stance with the hands and the feet, and opening up that right leg, opening up the hips towards the right, letting that left heel sink down. Go ahead and bring the right knee in towards the hands. And if you want to isolate the stretch more, you can just explore walking that foot forward a little bit. Use that prop if you need it. Coming right into pigeon. It really takes a second. This is a really deep stretch, so just take some time for the body to kind of accept this position. So just taking our time here. Just notice if you're gripping in your right hip and just see if you can relax, soften. Again, breathing into that right glute area. About 3 more breaths here. Nice full breaths. And always moving in and out nice and slow. Go ahead and walk that leg back. And go ahead and tuck the toes under, wide stance with the hands and feet. Letting those heels sink down, full stretch for the legs. And ending in child's pose, bring the big toes close together, knees wider than hip distance apart, and just let the head rest on the floor. Wrapping up our practice with a few deep breaths here. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If you enjoyed today's video, you should check out our app Yoga Plus, where you'll find some exclusive content. I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.